Cary regularly wins accolades for the best places to live in the U.S., and recently all 5 of Cary's zip codes ranked in the top 10 most competitive zip codes in the Triangle. That's out of 66 zip codes for the entire area. So why does everyone want to live here? I'm going to share with you my favorite things about Cary to show you why so many people love it. The town of Cary currently manages 31 parks. These range in size from tiny to huge parks with over 300 acres. One of my favorites is Bond Park. Bond is the center of the greenway system, so most of the greenways throughout Cary terminate here at Bond Park, which means you can start at Bond and walk to pretty much anywhere in the city. If you've got small kids, you definitely want to keep an eye on them. I was here with my kids once when they were little, and one of my sons went on what he thought was a little walk and completely disappeared. He could have been miles away. He was missing for about 20 minutes and we called the fire department. Fortunately, it occurred to him that he had walked really far and he just turned around and eventually found the rest of the group. Anyway, the park is so beautiful and the trails are so peaceful that you can get lost in them. Usually that's a good thing. Bond Park also has a really nice boathouse where you can rent canoes and paddle boats, or you can take sailing classes or sign up for group kayak or canoe outings. There's also a community center with tons of classes. Another great park is the Downtown Park. It's in the middle of getting a facelift, and you can see another video I did with a lot of information about many of the new updates, including a bark bar. I'll link that at the end so you can watch it if you haven't already seen it. One really cool place in Cary is the Hemlock Bluffs Nature Preserve. It's the only place in the area with a mountainous ecosystem. I'm not sure how it happened, but I guess the bluffs creates a protected area for different trees and wildlife that we usually don't see here because we usually only see them in the mountains, except for this tiny little spot in Cary. And it kind of feels like you're in the mountains on these trails. So if you ever want to go to the mountains but don't have the time, head on over to Hemlock Bluffs for a hike and get your mountain fix. There's also a nature center on site where you can learn more about the ecosystem present in the preserve. The town of Cary currently maintains 39 greenways that measure nearly 100 miles throughout the city. There are several really long greenways that, like I said earlier, intersect at Bond Park. Those are the Black Creek Greenway and the White Oak Greenway, and many other smaller greenways connect into these larger arteries, and as Nemo said, all drains lead to the ocean. All greenways lead to Bond Park. Well, not really all of them, but many do. Between the greenways and all the sidewalks throughout the city, you can walk just about anywhere in Cary. Now, it's not like being in the city. Things are still spread out, so it might be a longer walk, but in most places you can hop on a greenway and get somewhere. Events have not been as frequent as before COVID. It used to be that throughout the summer and fall, there was a concert somewhere happening in Cary pretty much weekly. They had concerts at lunchtime in downtown Cary, so you could grab your lunch and go sit in the square and listen to music outside. There are several amphitheaters in various parks where there are frequently local musicians playing bluegrass or something else fun. I'm really hoping things get back to that soon, but we definitely still have events, just not as many as we're used to. There are 34 annual events that happen every year in Cary. There's a spring and a summer arts and crafts festival. And a kite festival. There are some great indie films that show at the historic Cary Theater. There's also the Cary History Hunt, which is an architectural scavenger hunt in Cary. The Downtown Chowdown and the Daddy-Daughter Dance are also favorites, and every November people light up their bikes, trikes, and strollers with light sticks for a rolling light parade at the Greenways Glow Ride. I could go on and on. There are just tons of events in town. Downtown Cary has changed a lot over the years, especially the last couple of years. We've kept some of the old and built some new that looks old and mixed it in with some new that looks new, and this center of town is beloved by all. The Historic Arts Center sits at the intersection of Dry and Academy Street. This actually used to be the old school building, but they repurposed it into a beautiful art center. Then there's the famous Pink House. This is iconic downtown Cary, and the recently built Downtown Library, which is just beautiful, but I don't know why they didn't put a book drop outside the library where we can drive through and drop off books like we could at the old library. Hint, hint, Cary. But it has this great view over the park, which almost makes up for the book drop. Right now it looks kind of rough, but next year it'll be amazing. Cary regularly receives accolades about safety. It certainly has the lowest crime rate of anywhere around here, but pretty much the whole area is low crime compared to much of the country. That doesn't mean crime never happens here. It does. We do regularly have thefts and break-ins, just not as frequently as in some other cities. I'll also say that Cary has regular events with the police and the public to make sure that everyone feels like they're represented in the community and their concerns are heard, which is a really really good thing. I think they do a great job of keeping the lines of communication open. Overall, Wake County schools perform very well, receiving an A-. Our regular public schools are very good, but we also have some popular charter and private schools that are kind of unique. The Triangle Math and Science Academy is a publicly funded K-12 charter school with a STEM focus. Crossroads Flex is a charter high school offering a flexible school schedule with a combination of online and in-person classes. It's a great school for kids involved in professional sports or other non-academic pursuits that interfere with school scheduling. And Cary Academy is an elite private school founded by the founder of SAS Institute, the software analytics development company based in Cary. SAS wins accolades year after year as a model for workplace culture. Cary Academy serves students in 6th through 12th grade. In addition to excellent public schools, the general population of Cary is better educated than the Triangle area overall, as well as the state of North Carolina. Notice the level of college-educated people in Cary compared to Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina, and the U.S. When you walk around Cary, you'll notice the work of local artists throughout the town. The Cary Art Center offers so many opportunities for cultural arts. They have open studios for clay, glass, metals, fiber arts, and sewing and woodworking. Cary also has a full concert series that takes place throughout the various green spaces in town. Like I said earlier, some of these have been temporarily canceled due to COVID, but this is just to give you an idea of what things will look like in a normal year. There's the band's Bites and Boats at Bond Park, Cary Live in the Downtown Park, Friends of the Page Walker series at the Page Walker History Museum, which is a pretty cool place to visit even when there's not a concert. We also have the Cocoa Booth Amphitheater concert season. Park After Dark is another series at the Downtown Park, and the Marvelous Music series at Cary Arts Center. Cary has a town band, a concert choir for adults and children, and a community theater troupe. There is lots of great variety in the local food scene in Cary, whether you're looking for a 5-star dining experience like Heron's, or a cheese and charcuterie plate from Pro's Epicurean Market, or some ethnic food from Cary's Ethnic Restaurant Quarter, which is right over here in the corner of Chatham and Maynard. You're going to find something you'll enjoy for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Cary is in ACC territory, and you'll enjoy everything NC State, UNC, and Duke have to offer, as well as the Carolina Hurricanes. In Cary proper, you'll have access to North Carolina men's and women's professional soccer teams at Wake Med Soccer Park, which is a preferred tournament location for ACC soccer. The USA Baseball National Training Complex is the headquarters for amateur baseball in the country, from Olympic level to youth leagues. We've got tons of great shopping in Cary. The 3 biggest shopping centers are Parkside Town Commons on the west side of town, Park West Village in the center of town, and Crossroads Shopping Center on the southeast side. All of these have a movie theater, Target, and all the big box stores that you'll need. I think Cary must be the grocery store capital of the world. First and foremost, we have 2 Whole Foods, one in South Cary and one in West Cary, and we just got our second Trader Joe's, which everyone is crazy excited about. The Whole Foods in South Cary is located in a pretty cool shopping center called Waverly Place. This is a neat outdoor shopping center because it's really beautiful with lots of water features. There's a green space in the center where they have concerts and events, and there's also a kids playground and a splash pad which they can hang out on so parents can take on a concert and kids can have fun at the same time. There are lots of little restaurants with outdoor seating and some really cool independent shops in here. Regional grocery stores are Harris Teeter and Lowe's Foods. We also have discount grocers, Lidl, Aldi, Super Target, and Walmart, and we have regional stores, Publix, and Wegmans. If you like this video, you might like this one about the new things coming to Cary that will make it even more awesome.